go. Gotta not forget to record, or else this will all be lost. And nobody wants or needs that. Let me tell you. There we go. Let's see. 6. We need 10 more. 10 more coins. Alright, well, I mean, I'm gonna keep looking until we find them. Just run me over and hit and run, huh? Okay. I'm gonna just do another quick check here. So you, hey, Grape Juice, you into, the Legend of Zelda games, any? Just, curious. I'd say that's one of my other all-time favorite series. And yeah, I know, it's pretty cliche to say, I guess, but, hey, it's the truth. Really, really enjoy those ones. Especially Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and A Link to the Past. I'm looking forward to checking out the PC ports for the first time on stream. Been working on those, getting them set up in advance. There it is! Haha! Well, the puzzles is the best part of it, in my opinion. I can understand getting frustrated at certain ones. By the way, I don't remember the Wind Waker coming out on Switch. I got both releases. I think you're referring to the Wii U version, ain't you? The HD re-release. That's a really good one, too, by the way. Wind Waker, it got a lot of flack when it came out, but, you know, I was still excited for it, and it's one of my all-time favorite Zeldas. In fact, I don't think that there's a single Zelda game that I dislike. Even as goofy as the CDI ones are, they still got a certain charm to them. And hey, there was a fan that came out and made not remake, but like, I want to call it like a fan-made like mod for those games that make them way more fun to actually play. So I might eventually play those as well. Oh no, you're talking about Link's Awakening. That's one of the other really good ones too. Before Nintendo took it down, I was able to get me a copy of the Link's Awakening PC port, where you can actually see the entire map at any time. I'm eventually going to play it as well. There's a lot, like I said, you know, it's just, once one game's done, once one adventure ends, the next begins. So, you know, stick around and we'll get to it at some point. Oh yeah, you said you wanted me to go somewhere, but let me check over here real quick, and then I'll go to that other room that you mentioned. I just want to see if there's something else over here while I'm here, you know. Oh God, not this place again. All right, where am I? Where do you know? Where should I be going? While I got you here hanging out, I go ahead and check out your suggestions. That sounds good to me. The worst thing about these little teensy flies, it's almost like they want to die. Because it's like, what do you think's going to happen when you fly up my nose or in my mouth? Do you think that's going to work out for you? It's like, good Lord, make it stop. So is this the first one? First lobby, and then what? Oh, okay. What? Do I do it again? Oh, whoops. This place? Alright, I'll just let that cool down. Oh, yeah, I've been here. Darn it. Okay, this is different. Yeah, they just released Super Mario Eclipse. It's just like a fan-made, just over, like, I wouldn't call it a remake or even a sequel to Sunshine, but it's like Sunshine, but with DLC, and I'm really looking forward to streaming that as well. I know that some people don't like Sunshine. I never had a problem with it. I remember getting my GameCube and Sunshine on the same day for my birthday one year, That was a good birthday. And I played Sunshine to death. And I legit, actually 100% of that game. That was a fun experience. And, you know, in spite of its shortcomings, it's still one of my all-time favorite Marios. I love the vacation, ocean paradise vibes of Sunshine. So, Clips, this is going to be a fun stream. But before we can get to that, I think we want to try to get as much done in this as we can first. At the very least. And then, of course, I really want to play the Mario PC port that I have lined up to play as well. I want to do my games in a certain order, so I did Mario Brothers 1. We don't have to do all the 2D games first, but I want to do Mario 64 first and then do Mario Sunshine. But instead of Sunshine, I'm just going to do Eclipse because technically Eclipse is Sunshine, but then it has more content as well. Yep, I started with the original Super Mario Kart, and I like all of the Mario Karts as well. Double Dash is probably one of the most special as well because it had the courage to try to do something different, and it's still a really fun game. It's got mechanics in it that were never fully, truly brought back again, like the custom special items that certain characters can get that you still just don't see these days. That makes it extra special for me. As much as Mario Kart 8 is a good game, I feel like it's been watered down as well in terms of certain aspects of it when it comes to challenge and randomosity and stuff. They've made it more appealing to the casual crowd, which I don't have a problem with, but I think that all games, there's nothing wrong with just adding more options. So, for example, you can totally have your casual and leave that in, but why not have a more hardcore game also there in the form of the options to have that? Like, I don't think that you can really do that with some of the newer games. But I could be mistaken. So don't take what I say as gospel. It's all up in the air as far as whether that's actually the case or not. Yeah, you'd want to pick certain characters just based on their specials. I totally agree. I love the Baby Bowser just because I love the giant shell. That was my personal favorite. But I also really found a lot of, like, for the harder races, I found the princesses, like I would have Daisy and Baby Bowser because I loved the princess's hearts as a shield to protect you from certain items attacking you. And it came in handy a lot. And I loved how the giant spiked shell, that's like the best item for me. That's like one of my all-time favorites. I would just have it just runs over everything. Good stuff, good times. Plus, I think that Mario Kart Double Dash is, in all honesty, it has my all-time favorite race courses of any Mario Kart. Come to think of it, Mario Kart Double Dash probably is my all-time favorite Mario Kart, just for a lot of different reasons. I especially like the dinosaur jungle level. Yeah, they basically what the hearts do is they protect you from item attacks, and it also allows you to absorb the item if you get hit by it. So it's double useful for that reason. It's really, really good. Oh no. Back in the nightmare zone. Let me see how long I've been streaming here. 2 hours. Well, let's make it at least a solid 3. I don't really want to have to go yet anyway, but at some point I'm gonna go so I can make myself something to eat. Really now. And some of my best memories were playing Mario Kart. Unfortunately, a lot of the people I play with aren't really in my life anymore. Whether it's because they moved away or they just choose to keep their distance or they're doing their own thing. I feel like the internet has destroyed a lot of our lives just through how it's certain aspects of it have absorbed us into this mindset of being distracted over interactions with one another, which is really sad. I guess that's another reason why I'm even trying this whole Twitch thing, because I'm trying to make new connections and make new good memories and trying to make new friends above everything else. You know, it's not a lot of a point in playing a game if I'm not enjoying it with somebody else. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Enough of me waxing, what do they call it? Waxing poetics. I may be off base there, but I tried. Not really sure where to look for now. Big old dead eel in the water down there. Again. I don't think I remember. I'm sorry. I tell you, I'll probably be back later tonight after I go for a couple hours to, at the very least, make myself something to eat, you know what I mean? But I definitely have to take a break here in a little bit because my stomach's starting to be like, did you forget to eat, boy? I told you you need to stop playing them games too many hours in a row. Get you something to eat. I'm basically parroting what my dad used to say to me when I was younger. I miss him. Unfortunately, he's passed on, but never forgotten. He was flawed, but he was a good man. I'm lucky that I even had a dad. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know what that's like, and They really don't know what they're missing in life, what they really need. Everybody needs a good father. I think that's the quintessential cornerstone of building a good human being from scratch. I'm just saying. At this point, I just might as well change the name of this stream to B3313 Vibing, because that's all I'm really doing. I'm just vibing over here right now. Yeah, you know. Nothing too serious, just sort of going at my own pace, seeing what happens. Gotta find some way to unwind these days, you know. Everybody's wound way too tightly. They take things way too seriously and not serious enough at the same time. And as much as that sentence probably sounds like it don't make sense, nothing could be further from the truth, I tell you. They have their priorities all mixed up, that's what it is. And you know what, I should know, because I mean, I'm also sort of talking about myself, you know, for a long time. I'm not really even attacking anybody. I'm guilty of the same stuff, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what I'm doing, but I'm also, my goal is to get as many stars as I can today. Like, if I had a goal, it would be to get 120 stars. And I'm only halfway there, so since I'm so far off the mark and I've already been playing for several hours, I'd say my goal, more realistically, today would just be like 80 stars, maybe. Like, I don't need to outshine anybody or anything. I just want to try to make progress. Because I think I started today at 45 stars. Yeah, 45. Okay, there's one more coin somewhere. Or wait. Yeah, one more. Progress is progress. You know what I mean? Even small steps of progress is something that you should feel like some sense of accomplishment in, you know what I mean? You know, there's some people in my life who have always given me a hard time, even though I'm doing my best, because I'm not doing as good as they think I should be. And it's funny because a lot of it feels like projection, honestly. And in case you don't understand what that means, that's like when they know they themselves need to be doing better, and instead of trying to do better, they just project their own flaws onto you and try to make you feel bad. And I don't know why they do that, because, like, me personally, I don't understand how that's supposed to make them feel better. Because it's never the way it works for me. So it's like, instead of projecting, like, your own personal issues onto me, why not be working on making it better for yourself, you know what I mean? Because, you know, even if, like, what they're saying is true, pointing out the obvious isn't helping the situation. So, like, either contribute by trying to help make things better through your actions, or just shut the up. You know what I mean? Insert your own word into my blank part of that sentence there, as you see fit. But all I'm saying is like, if you're not willing to try to help the situation, people just need to keep their thoughts to themselves, because I mean, really. You know what I mean? I really don't know what they think that people like that with that mindset think they're accomplishing, but all they're really doing is burning down the bridge while you're both standing on it. So I guess to them it's like, well, at least if they feel bad, I don't feel as bad because they also feel bad or something. But I've learned the hard way from my own personal experience that is not only a very bad way of looking at things, but it hurts you as well. It doesn't just hurt the other person, it hurts you. You know what I mean? Like if you do that to try to make yourself feel better. Because I get it, like misery loves company, but instead of trying to make you both miserable, why not try to lift each other up? That's my new personal outlook on life. Because I understand, like I've been there, I've lived it. I understand why some people have that way of looking at it, but you're not going to make things better. So you need to try to change how you look at it. You know what I mean? Just because somebody's worse than you, it's like, okay, let me put it to you this way. You don't need to step on others to get ahead. Think of it like a scenario as a sinking ship. And the way rats act on a sinking ship is they'll crawl over each other and drown each other just to get one more gasp of a breath before they die, before they drown. Whereas if they if they all work together and tried to help each other, maybe they wouldn't all die. So my idea is like instead of like being rats crawling all over each other just for one more few seconds of precious oxygen, we should all join arms and take a deep breath and create a makeshift flotation ring or something. And you know, it's like what I'm saying is like depending on how things end up is really going to depend on your actions in those moments that really do matter. And learning the hard way, I've learned that it's not just in our own best interest, or not in just the other person's interest, but in our own best interest to try to lift each other up, because it's only going to end badly if we try to get ahead by taking advantage of each other. That's all I'm going to say. You understand, and probably appreciate you a lot more for that, because there's some people who not only are they not willing to change, but they're not even willing to listen or entertain the idea that, you know, I might actually be trying to help you by criticizing you if you're a bad person and you're doing bad things and you're choosing to get ahead by being a bad person, you know what I mean? Because you start off as a good person, then you become a bad person, and then you become evil. So really it's ultimately up to the individual, but if you're willing to become evil, you know, at that point I don't have any sympathy for you. I don't feel bad for you when things end badly for you. And I assure you, those who are choosing evil just because it's making their life easier right now, it's gonna end badly for them. It just is, because evil is not sustainable. Evil exists for one reason and one reason only, and it's in the name, it's in the word. Because what is evil spelled backwards? What is that word spelled backwards? It is the antithesis. It's in the word. It's in the name. Anyway, we got another star, so didn't end the level, so now we got to figure out where to go next. Not quite sure where to go, though. See, I think the biggest problem of it, grape juice, is that if they know that they're being called out for the right reasons, they're scared of facing reality because that means that they have to look in the mirror and look at themselves and say, "What have I become?" And the idea of doing that is just so repulsive that they cannot bring themselves to do it. But those who refuse to do it are the ones that become evil, and then they're the ones who are going to, whether they like it or not, they're still going to have to pay the karmic price for that eventually. But that's on them, I don't need to take the burden of feeling sorry for somebody else if they're not willing to do the right thing. And I've got a lot of stuff, like, personally that I need to make up for as well. But at least I'm being honest with myself. That's what it starts with. It starts with honesty. And I assure you, it's a difficult process. It's almost like a good way of looking at it is a person who has an addiction problem. They have to first admit that they have a problem. They have to want to change, and they have to know that the process of healing is going to be a very painful process. But it's not impossible. And once you come out the other side of it, you're going to start feeling alive again. And that is the only thing that anybody should be aspiring to in this life, because it's so short, and you don't need to crucify yourself, as it were. I'm sorry, I apologize. That might even be an offensive term to say, but you don't need to be too hard on yourself is the point. You need to learn to forgive yourself and learn to love yourself, because if you can't even do that, then you can't forgive others and you can't love others either. See, it all starts on an inward journey of self-reflection and healing, and knowing that no matter how much other people might look down on you and tell you you're no good, if they're going to act that way for some dumb reason, you just got to not listen to those people, because they are that way for a reason, and it's not your fault. And if it's not your fault, then you don't need to take on that burden, because you can't make other people love themselves. Just like when it comes to relationships, if a man and a woman is together, or if a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, it doesn't really matter. If one person's not happy in the relationship, that's not the other person's fault. Happiness comes from within. You have to love yourself to be happy. And if you can't do that, first of all, it's not only wrong to blame the other person, but it's counterproductive for you to do that, especially when that other person might be doing everything they can to make you happy, even though it's not possible to make another person happy. It's possible to be happy and share in that together, but first you have to learn to love yourself. That's not a sin, and that's not a bad thing. Loving yourself is not narcissistic. It's not ego-driven. It's a necessity of life. Because again, if you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. It's just the way that it is. And anybody who doesn't understand that, you've been given some bad information, my friend, and my heart goes out to you. But ultimately, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. That's what I had to do, and that's the only way it's the only thing that works. That's all that I know. You know what I mean? I remember there was a little corner that I was able to go into, I think, in this area that teleported me somewhere. Maybe I can find that little area again. So yeah, I give a little life advice, because really, there's too much bad information going on out there. And again, I'm not really even trying to criticize anybody, but look, the truth doesn't care about your feelings. And if you can't handle the harsh truth sometimes, then you're never going to grow and learn and develop love for yourself. Things are not going to get better. Things only get better when you're willing to handle a harsh truth. Because the only way to change the reality is to accept the truth and then to move forward with the truth. And if you can do that with somebody else that's willing to work with you, if they're actually a genuinely good person and they care about you, then they're going to do right by you. They're not going to try to take advantage of you. And everybody needs a good support system. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's really, really hard to do it alone. I'm not the nicest dude ever. I have a lot of wisdom I've learned from a lot of my own life experiences. And I'm a shut in, you know. I hardly ever even get out anymore. Not because I don't want to, it's just not an option for me right now. But if I'm ever going to get anywhere in life, if I'm ever going to accomplish anything, you know, it starts with me and it ends with me. And it ends with and it all hinges on my attitude and my actions, because actions will always speak louder than words. And my mantra again is be the change you wish to see in the world. And I wish to see positive change because it's just as much of a feedback loop as negative change. So if I can be a nice person and I can help other people, then I can help myself as well, and we all benefit. We can all benefit or we can all suffer, and I'd rather we all benefit. At the end of the day, no other way of looking at it makes any sense at all. So really, in a lot of ways, I'm looking at it from a logical perspective as well. I'm going to break this up into the next part. One moment.